15. Muscle cars take us back to prom, 1970s. This is Muscle Car Masters channel, with American muscle cars and classic cars. Back in the 70s, teenagers prepared for the pinnacle of high school social events, prom night. Their choice of transportation was as important as their choice of attire, with some driving newer models and others whatever the family could afford. And that was okay. We scanned the internet, joined several Facebook groups, and asked, what car did you take to the prom in the 1970s? Here are the top 15 cars that made heads turn at the prom in the 1970s. Number 15. Ford Pinto.
We designed Pinto to start easily on December mornings in Minnesota. We made Pinto roomy enough for tall Texas drivers. We gave Pinto the strength to climb the Rockies.
The Ford Pinto comes in at number 15. If the only choice you had was a Ford Pinto, it wasn't the most popular choice for prom night. Despite its controversial safety record, the Ford Pinto got the job done.
In the 1970 Ford, Ford gives every generation a break with the quietest Fords ever built.
Number 14. Ford Galaxie. Next on the list is the Ford Galaxie. While the Galaxie may not have been as flashy as some of its muscle car counterparts, its refined design for the time made it a timeless classic. Its sleek lines and understated elegance set it apart. This made it perfect for prom night. The Ford Galaxie remains an icon of automotive history.
Getting around the country in comfort and style, for me, that has to be a Cadillac. You know, I really like what they've done to this Eldorado for 1974. The new instrument panel, for one thing. I like the way it looks and the way it organizes things. But for me, the real pleasure in this car is in the driving.
Number 13. Cadillac Eldorodo. At number 13 is the Cadillac Eldorado, a top choice for picking up your date in the 1970s. In our survey, 27 of you chose a Cadillac Eldorado for the prom. Known for its sleek lines, bold grille, and unmistakable emblem, the 70s Cadillac Eldorado was a symbol of prestige and power. Forget the prom. If I had a Cadillac Eldorado in the 70s, I would have cruised all night long and found a quiet space. The Eldorado was truly a sight to behold. Number 12. Buick LaSabre.
No, without changing its character as a fine six-passenger automobile, Buick did some very logical things to its new LaSabre. Compared with last year's, it's not only lighter, but these tires are designed to roll freer.
At number 12 is the Buick LaSabre, a car that holds a special place in many hearts. Taking one to the prom in the 1970s was a choice of both style and practicality. It represented a blend of elegance and common sense. The Buick LaSabre garnered 29 in our survey. This speaks to its lasting appeal and popularity. Number 11. Plymouth Duster. The Plymouth Duster, holding the 11th spot, was an icon of the 1970s, epitomizing youthful exuberance. With its quirky, sporty design, it became a budget-friendly choice for prom night adventures.
198 cubes, 3.4-inch bore, 4 main bearings. It ought to be easy on gas. Mr. Titchener, may I give it my own little test now?
Give it the works, Ethel. The Duster's big enough to take it.
33 respondents in our survey reminisced taking a Duster to prom during the 1970s, highlighting its enduring popularity and memorable role in their experiences. Number 10. Chevy Malibu.
1972 Chevelle by Chevrolet. You'll find some changes, like refined pollution controls for cleaner air, but it still has everything that made it America's most popular mid-sized car.
Number 10 spot goes to the Chevrolet Malibu, a car that epitomizes timeless appeal and versatile features. Whether cruising through town or pulling up to the Prom, the Malibu's smooth ride and reliable handling ensure a memorable journey. It's more than just a car. It's a symbol of well-being. I owned a Malibu myself, a 73 model that I purchased back in '83. It was a baby blue four-door beauty, but eventually I traded it in for a Firebird. Number 9. Chevy Impala.
Chevrolet Impala for 72. For the past 12 years, Impala has been the way more people have seen the USA. Because with Impala, you don't leave the comforts of home, home. It's a totally more pleasurable way to travel.
Number 9 on our list is the Chevy Impala, a staple of the 1970s prom scene with 44 attendees opting for its spacious comfort. Despite its family car reputation, the Impala was ubiquitous in its era. Its redesigned body made it the largest car in Chevrolet's lineup. However, the 1973 energy crisis saw gasoline prices skyrocket, making the once beloved Impala less economical. Suddenly, the idea of cruising in a Ford Pinto doesn't seem half bad.
Last September, Chevy announced the new Monte Carlo. Now we'd like to announce that you can buy one. For the first time, Chevy is in a position to match the strong initial demand for it.
Number 8. Chevy Monte Carlo. 53 in our survey took a Chevrolet Monte Carlo to Prom. What a ride the Monte Carlo had. You know, the 70s cars like the Monte Carlo and the Gran Prix, they were just so smooth. Number 7. Oldsmobile Cutlass. The Oldsmobile Cutlass, introduced in its third and fourth generations, held the 7th spot. With 7 body styles available, it offered versatility and choice. Share your favorite among them in the comments below.
Here it is, the 1972 Cutlass Supreme. The little limousine that gives luxury in an easy-to-handle size and price range.
In the 1970s, it wasn't a bad choice for prom night, evoking nostalgia for those who drove it back then. In our survey, 56 of you favored the Oldsmobile Cutlass. Number 6. Pontiac Gran Prix.
If you've wanted a Pontiac Gran Prix since the day you first saw one, and year after year you've waited until you could afford Gran Prix handling, Gran Prix styling, then this is your year. And this is the new Gran Prix. Pontiac has just made the car you've been waiting for so affordable.
Arriving at number 6 is the Gran Prix, embodying the epitome of sophistication as you cruised to prom. Whether gracefully gliding down the highway or making a grand entrance at the prom venue, the Grand Prix exuded style and elegance, serving as the quintessential chariot for prom night festivities. Number 5. Ford Thunderbird.
For 1977, a completely new Thunderbird idea takes wing. A new Thunderbird look. A new Thunderbird price. A new Thunderbird size.
At number 5, the Ford Thunderbird. Moving up in class, Thunderbird's smooth ride and effortless grace made every prom night unforgettable. With its timeless appeal and undeniable charm, the Ford Thunderbird was a sure bet for prom night in the 1970s. My favorite T-Bird was the 1978 model. What was yours in the 1970s? Leave your comments below. We want to know.
Very cornerstone of a new automobile. Cordoba, the new small Chrysler. Here is the warmth of thickly cushioned contour seats, available even in fine Corinthian leather. So very luxurious, yet surprisingly affordable. Cordoba is engineered with great pride. Be a Chrysler.
Number 4. Chrysler Cordoba. Arriving at number 4 in our prom ride countdown of the 1970s is the Chrysler Cordoba. Whether fresh off the lot or gently used, cruising to prom in this classic vehicle was the epitome of style back then. According to our survey, a whopping 65 prom-goers opted for the Cordoba. With its sleek design and luxurious amenities, including the famed rich Corinthian leather, this car embodied sophistication and remained a top choice throughout the late 70s.
Here is America's answer to the great European road cars. But how does a great European road car designer feel about it?
Over here, sir. Our new Mustang Grande, the elegant one.
Elegante, mucho grande.
Yes, sir. One of 6 completely new Mustangs for 71.
Number 3. Ford Mustang. The Ford Mustang, ranked at number 3, saw 69 enthusiasts taking it to prom in the 1970s. Evolving from a focus on speed and power in the early 70s, the Mustang shifted towards meeting consumer demands for larger, heavier vehicles with a touch of luxury design. However, this transition led to what can be dubbed as the styling misadventures of the 1971 through 73 Mustang, where the car became notably larger and less agile. In response to the oil crisis, Ford downsized with the Mustang II in the late 1970s, prompting the question, did you drive a Mustang II to prom? Share your story. Number 2. Pontiac Firebird.
Calibrated, a new measure of excellence from General Tire. A new assurance that the General Tires you buy will be more precise, more perfectly matched than ever before. Calibrated tires. Wide, strong, glass-belted. Expect these new glass-belted precision instruments at your General Tire dealers soon.
It's a tough new generation of General.
Number 2 in our survey ranks the Firebird 72, a popular choice for prom nights in the 1970s, with a staggering 72% of respondents having arrived in one. Number 1. Chevy Camaro. The Chevrolet Camaro takes the top spot for prom rides in the 1970s, rolling in with its sleek design and powerful performance. Introduced in February 1970, the second generation of Camaro graced the streets until 1981, sporting cosmetic updates in 1974 and 1978. The revamp saw the Camaro undergo significant restyling, resulting in a larger and wider profile, offering variants like the Berlinetta, Type LT, RS, and the iconic Z28. Back in the day, rolling up to prom was a sure thing with your date. But what wheels did you rock? Share the ride you cruised in, whether it was from the swinging 60s, the groovy 70s, the rad 80s, or the fly 90s. Don't forget to drop your graduation year, too. Thanks to all the subscribers who've been supporting the channel. If you're not subscribed yet, it's free and makes a big difference. Join the crew, hit subscribe, and ring the bell for future updates. Keep it classic with the Muscle Car Master channel.